I'm Cornelius Eady. I'm a poet and musician. Also, the co-creator with Troy Derrickott of Coffee Conum. My wife and I left Manhattan about 5 weeks ago to be with my family here on Long Island. We're safe and lucky that we can both work remotely. This spring, I was planning actually to fly down to Nashville during Easter weekend to actually record some new material with my folk trio. But of course, the coronavirus took care of that. We have a working relationship. Myself, Charlie Rauh and Lisa Liu, who both are my guitarists in the trio, where we have an idea where basically we like doing things as much as possible live. But now, because of the corona, we can't touch or anything. So we have to rethink about how we think what we're going to do. And so we did. Basically, we figured out that we could all work remotely. Luckily, both Charlie and Lisa have recording setups in their houses in Manhattan and Brooklyn. I'm here on Long Island in my office, and my office also has a little setup, very crude, but it gets the job done. I have a mic. I have a guitar. I have 2 dulcimers and an electric guitar. But we decided that we'd each record our parts, then send it to the other to add. I start the round by setting the demo up, usually on guitar, sometimes on dulcimer, and I basically send them the demo. Then they decide who's going to record first, either Charlie or Lisa, and then they also decide who's going to mix it.
Flip a coin, hop a train, oh babe, hear that whistle blow. Toss a pebble.
Once they're done, we've been posting them on Facebook and Twitter. It's been a really interesting process because we've never worked this way before, and as a trio, and because of the isolation, I've really had a lot of time to concentrate on writing songs. And so instead of the songs we were going to do in Nashville, I ended up writing, and in the moment still continuing to write, songs about the corona, about what it's like to be isolated, what it's like to be someplace and hearing all this this concern and worry and all the deaths piling up. And so the songs are basically concentrating on that. One of the songs that's there is a cover. The first time we've ever done a cover of one of John Prine's song, which is Paradise.
When I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky where my parents were born.
He was a fantastic songwriter, storyteller with a journalist's eye and a poet's ear. I think his debut album, which is just called John Prine, is just one of the best debut albums ever made. It's almost like he had recorded his simultaneously recorded his debut and his greatest hits at the same time. So he has a catalog of songs that rival anybody's. He had survived a lot. He survived a few bouts of cancer over the years, but the corona got him. So I felt it was important to, we all felt it was important to represent that. So we did a cover of one of my favorite songs of his, which is Paradise. I was also thinking the idea of the story of Paradise. It's about a place you can't go back to. When he was a young kid, he remembers being growing up in Kentucky. It's really based pretty much on where he grew up. But then the coal company comes, capitalism comes and destroys what is a really lovely way of life. And his memories are like that. And I was thinking, yeah, it's also about that. I think we're in the same location right now. We're losing what we used to have, and having to figure out, where we're going to be going forward. But going forward, we're going to be carrying those memories with us the same way that Prine carried those memories with him in his song. So I think that for that other reason, it definitely fits as well into what I was doing. We have this unique opportunity to actually uh, write what happens, and I don't care personally whether it's people think it's too raw or too too unfiltered or too fragrant. I think we got, because after a while, because I do believe we're going to get through this, and once we get through this, it's gonna be important to be able to have everything, to be able to find what it was like, at that moment. I was telling my undergrad class a couple of weeks ago online that it was basically, because I was saying maybe we should be writing about what's going on around us, and they're a little concerned, I think, whether it wasn't going to be polished enough or ready enough. And I said, well, you know what? I think we actually need to hear the moment where we hear the scream. Where we actually are in the middle of it, when the buildings are falling and the virus is flying around, and and the streets are empty, and what that feels like. It doesn't have to be polished; it just has to be there. And I think it's important for us to just to get it down, just to get it down. It's important. It's important for us as artists to be able to register it, to chronicle what's going on. And it's a different kind of writing than what the journalists are doing, or what the photographers are doing, or what the pundits are doing. It's that little soundtrack that's underneath all the other white noise. But I think it's just absolutely necessary and important. So don't be afraid. We're going to get through it. And not only that, but the story that you're writing right now, or want to write right now, or the song you want to start singing, or the painting you want to do, or the way you want to put it down, is really, really, really important. And we will need that. Not only will we need it then in the future, but we need it now to keep going, to keep rowing our little boats forward. I think if I didn't have this to do, to keep me going, to be able to hold on to whatever is going on around us, I don't know where I'd be right now. So it's a life raft, but it works in the life raft. Also extends to others as well. People can hold on to it. People can grab a hold. People can decide that they could actually make their own boats as well. More boats, the better.